Hi, my name's Neil Williams. I'm the art manager on Ghost Rider, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the art production on the project. I'll begin by talking a bit about the characters themselves and the process of getting them into the game. As soon as the concepts have been approved, first internally, then by a publisher and then by Marvel, they are passed on to the character art team who set about realising these visions. In the 3D art package used on Ghost Rider, a 3D mesh is created, then tweaked and improved until we have an accurate representation of the concept that will also work within the limitations of the game. Once we're happy with a model, it is rigged to a skeleton and then passed to the animation team to bring it to life. We're also able to add cool effects such as specular highlights to the characters to help bring them to life even more. We're going to talk a bit about the levels that we created for Ghost Rider now. The first stage of development is pre-production, during which the content and design of the game are thrashed out and scheduled. During this period, the art development on Ghost Rider began with a collection of reference materials from various sources, including traditional sources such as Blake, Goya, John Martin, as well as a range of more contemporary sources such as Beksinski, Barlow and other such artists. We combined these influences with a comprehensive set of concept work that we received from the film and added a dark, gritty edge imbued with a sense of desolation and abandonment to enhance the feeling that these locations are bereft of ordinary citizens and are now home to the darker denizens of the Ghost Rider universe. There are several locations throughout the game that are based on locations from the movie itself. For example, the ghost town of San Venganza, the Broken Spoke Saloon, and several locations throughout the city level. These references give Ghost Rider the game continuity with the film, but as it is set chronologically after the film, we're able to incorporate a few more fantasy-based locations as an acknowledgement of the character's comic book origins, such as Mephisto's Hell and an abstract take on the Quentin Carnival. In these instances, we're able to let our artists' imaginations run wild, with sometimes disturbing results. Because of the scope of the project and the tight time frame, there were a few casualties along the way. Probably the most lamented by the team was a level set amongst the windswept cornfields and trailer parks of a mythic American Midwest, culminating in an epic battle in an old disused barn being literally ripped apart by a rampaging storm. The process of creating the levels themselves, after all the concepts and on-paper designs have been agreed, is the production of the grey box. This is created by the level design team and is essentially an empty shell of a level, incorporating aspects such as the in-game camera movement and playable area. Once this initial phase is complete, the environment artist takes over production of the level and focuses purely on the visual aspects of it. The first step is to build a new mesh with a suitable polygon structure that will allow the artist to proceed with the next stages, texture mapping and then vertex lighting. Background effects played a big part in bringing the levels to life. These were incorporated into the level by our environment team. Special effects is a burgeoning discipline in the video game industry, and it's an area we knew from day one we had to get right for Ghost Rider. Some of the cooler effects in the game were created for the boss levels, for example, as Ghost Rider pursues vengeance up the Hellscraper amid a maelstrom of frenzied attacks and explosions whilst the environment disintegrates around. Tools used were written in-house to the specifications of the artists using them, and so were tailored very well to creating exactly the visual effects extravaganza that we wanted Ghost Rider to be. The effects in Ghost Rider are created through an extensive combination of animated geometry, shaders and textures. On top of this, we adapted our in-house particle system Parklex to PS2 and PSP to create a comprehensive suite of special effects tools, giving our artists an unprecedented level of control over a range of parameters. These are also enhanced by code-based effects such as distortion, motion blur and such like that are added in the world editor at a later stage. A great emphasis was put on creating strong effects for Ghost Rider's attacks, yielding some truly spectacular results. Once a player has progressed through a few levels, acquired some demon essence and brought a few upgrades in the caretaker's shop, then they will really see what Ghost Rider is all about as they uncover a range of progressively more wild and devastating moves. Okay, thanks for listening. Making Ghost Rider has been a lot of fun, so I hope you have a lot of fun playing it. See ya!